Claremont, Craig here too. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Duff TV's coverage of the SFLW Round 1 clash. Claremont versus North Hobart in the northern suburbs of Hobart. It is a bright and blue sky day. It's about 16 degrees. There's a small breeze coming from the west. And to join me in the commentary today is the president of North Hobart Football Club, Craig Martin. Welcome, Craig.
G'day, Peachy. How are you?
Very good, mate. I'm pretty excited. The smell of the grass at this time of the year is so much better, isn't it?
Yes, and there's the whiff of liniment, and it's a wonderful time of the year, the start of the footy season, and look, a massive well done to Duff TV for the role you play in promoting community footy. It's absolutely brilliant to be live streaming this game today, and we also really appreciate the support that the Graham family funeral homes are providing to make this live streaming a possibility. So it's just fantastic.
Good on you, Craig. And we've got some other sponsors, James C. Motor Company, also Move Food are our other friends that are supporting Duff TV, bring SFLW. Now this clash, for all the viewers out there, this is a replay of last year's preliminary final. North Hobart were a bit of a surprise packet last year. A lot of people didn't expect them to make the grand final.
No, it's actually a repeat of the first semi.
First semi, I should say.
We beat Claremont in the first semi last year, and we went on an amazing run under Coach Greg Grubb. We won our elimination final against Lauderdale. Speaking of Greg, there's Greg on screen there with his son Sam, who's one of the club's one of the women team's assistants. Yep, so we beat Lauderdale in the elimination final, then we beat Claremont in the first semi, then we beat the South East Suns in the prelim, and Lindisfarne were just too good for us in the grand final.
There's Ella Edwards tossing it for one of the co-captains for Claremont. She signalled that Claremont will be kicking to the right-hand side of the screen. We've got the cricket pitch in the middle of the ground there with a little bit of grass on top. The ground pretty much in tip-top nick. The only issue, Craig, this is quite a large ground. A lot of 11 new players and one returning player, and Alana Grubb. Do you think the girls will struggle to get across it early?
Look, one of the things that's really struck me is the buy-in that the girls have to the program, and the incredible unity they have. There's been quite a bit of team building exercises that have gone on, as you would expect, given that there are 11 new players into the program. But look, I think the girls will give a really, really good account of themselves today, and hopefully, you know, at some stage during the year, we can think about going one better from where we ended up last year.
And now in other games played yesterday, Lindisfarne, the Lady Blues, dominant force last year, big premiership. They had a convincing win over New Norfolk, 145 to Norfolk 6. And the Port also with a victory against the Hillville Lions. Pretty comprehensive in the end. They got up by 37 points. South East Suns playing Hobart. Uni Brighton later on today. So round one of this action here on Duff TV, and we should be in for a really great game. North Hobart, last year's runner-up, losing to Lindisfarne in the grand final. A lot of new players in their team up against a fierce Claremont. What's Greg done as a coach to try and ensure these new players feel comfortable and they're going to have some success?
Well, I think that the most basic thing is that they've focused on teaching the new players the basic skills of the game. You know, how to catch the ball, how to be clean below the knees, how to kick a drop punt, all that sort of stuff. But there's also been, you know, a real focus. They've had a couple of sort of camps and workshops to, you know, create a real sense of unity amongst the team as well. And I think that's been, you know, that's to Greg's great credit. And the other thing that we've done this year too is we've employed a specialist, you know, fitness and conditioning person in Chris Price, and he's out there with the girls at the moment too. So, I mean, that's we think that that's a really important appointment as well, and you know, it's important going forward as far as our women's program is concerned.
Well, I reckon there's a lot of excitement. There's a few new players as Claremont going through there. I think that's Amanda Mitchell-Moore just going through and giving some instructions to some of the players. They've divided themselves, Claremont, there into potentially the positioned areas of the team. And with the excitement of the women's grand final last weekend with 53,000 people, at Adelaide Oval. I watched that game. I actually listened to the first half on the radio. It sounded amazing. I thought, oh, I've got to, I was doing some gardening. I thought, oh, I've got to get the telly on. So I got the telly on and watched the second half. And it was something for these girls to aspire to, because the improvement in these players, a lot of them are fantastic athletes from other sports, and now they've got an opportunity to rap on a jumper of the community that they love. So there are some of the North Hobart ladies about to kick off for round 1 for them. They're versus Claremont here at Abbotsford Park. Craig Martin and my name is Aaron Peach Roberts here in the first round. A replay of the semi-final match last year, where on that occasion it was pretty tight all day. And I really like the they've got some good forwards here, Claremont, and look out for their co-captains Bailey and Edwards to get a little bit of the ball as well, and plenty of players capable of kicking goals. But maybe early on they'll have to work really hard to get it out of slightly blustery conditions here at Abbotsford Park.
Yes, that AFLW Grand Final last week was just an exceptional game of footy, and some of the footy that was played was just absolutely electric, and particularly from Adelaide, of course. It was and 53,000, as you said, Peachy. It was just fantastic, and isn't Erin Phillips an incredible role model? She's just absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
Best 15-year-old footballer, I think everyone's been mentioning at any male or female.
Yep, here we go.
We're about to get away here. So Claremont going to the right-hand side. Shelvin just in the ruck, which actually goes a bit early. Now the umpire tosses it high. Shelvin with a hand onto it. Now Claremont will get the first break here as they move the ball half forward. Just running past that was Ignor. She gets tackled probably without the football. The umpire, just on that occasion, just keeping the whistle and a tackle laid. Chatterton on the ball, as well as Johnson, and we'll have a ball up here. So it'll be just as exciting for the umpires. They'll be getting their first opportunity here. The sun's shining, early stages of autumn. Just knocked out the back, finds Massey. Massey with a clearing kick. It's not too bad. A little bit of space now for Griggs. Gibbs, I should say. She was a new player last year and played really well in that grand final, the early stages. She gets around, gets a handball out. She's got a little bit of support, struggling again. And in the end, we might see a little bit of that today as these players just start to feel their feet, especially, Craig, with 11 new players. They may not even, I assume they know their names.
Well, I know most of them, but yes, there's a. I mean, I think it reflects the massive growth in women's football. I mean, it's just fantastic, isn't it, to see so many women playing footy these days? It's just sensational.
Alana Grove returning from having a baby, getting a free kick. She's knocked in the head there, and she goes up to half forward. Claremont have the numbers there, and there's Chatterton with their second touch. She'll need to go infield here. She's looking. There's just a little bit of congestion just in front of her. She's got a player there making leaders, Mitchell Moore. Now she goes high. It's not a bad option, looking for Smith. Smith can just go past that. She can't quite get it.
Well done.
That was a nice clearing kick, and North Hobart just repelled. But once again, that clear and precise defence here is they've been able to just push up here, and they're just kicking into a slight breeze at the moment, Claremont. Kick goes high, goes over the head of Shelverton. Laid off. Claremont with a bit of space. Ball goes high into the forward line. It's just gone over the back. Run on here. There's a chase. Pushed down into the ground by Griffin. She was good on that occasion. She needed to be good. She beat a couple of players. Coming to provide some support was Nicole Smith. And we will have a bowl up.
It's good defending from our girls there.
Yeah, they were certainly under pressure, weren't they, Craig? It's a ruck contest as Massey goes up. Claimed down. Nearly got a kick away. Hobart plays in there. Grub again. Shot on goal. It's wobbling across. So we had the first on the board, and Claremont get the early goal here in this round 1 clash.
Yeah, there was a couple of Claremont players a little bit loose at that stoppage, and number 25 has latched onto it. Number 25 being
Graham McDonald.
Yeah,
Taylor Tangata.
Yeah,
nice
and
goal.
It was a lovely finish. Yeah.
So Taylor Tangata with the first goal for Claremont. So they've got a goal. We're a few minutes here into this round 1 clash. Two teams that you'd imagine will be featuring in the finals. And Craig's mentioned that some restructures are being going ahead. You've also got some redevelopment happening soon, Craig, as well at North Hobart.
Yes, we've got $1.26 million of redevelopment happening at the famous ground, which is absolutely brilliant. And a huge thanks to the state government for their $300,000 contribution, and also Andrew Wilkie has secured $830,000 from the federal government. We thank the federal government for their contribution as well. So that work will start pretty soon, actually.
And is that going to have improvements to the change rooms as well?
The change rooms have, well, that's another thing. I mean, the Hobart City Council and the state government have chipped in $250,000 each to upgrade the change rooms of the ground so they're suitable for women footballers, which is just absolutely brilliant. And again, a huge thanks to the state government and the council holding the ball. I'd suggest
she just tried to go one player too many. You can saw McKeever saw his gap. I love the fact that she took it on, but in the end, Grubb was in her way and she laid a good tackle. So Grubb's been important early.
Yeah, she is going
She knocks the ball forward, but unfortunately, I think that's Chatterton again. Let's see here on the Mood Food replay. Was it the Mood Food scoreboard, G-Rad? Our own half forward here, it's just knocked. So having a little laugh as we're trying to get our lane. That's a nice mark taken there by Ella Edwards. Ella Edwards goes across the face of goal. Smart play by Ella, and it's in to the hands. Now the other co-captain probably thought she actually could have put a play. She got a better shot on goal here, but it wasn't necessarily any closer. So around about 35. It's a very solid kick, just drifted late. And a minor score.
Yeah, so we're going to have a new canteen and a new coaches and media box, and we're going to have a lift into the place to stand at North Hobart for the first time.
I've only been talking about for 30 years, haven't
I? Yes, they have, Peachy, yes, indeed. It's finally going to happen.
They'll probably want to re-orientate it too. They've been talking about that. But anyway, we get back to the footy here. Claremont.
Yeah.
Yep. Just over the head of Smith and a roll out of bounds.
Is that a free kick these days?
She played on, so on that occasion it's not. It's a throw-in now.
Yeah.
Slight rule change there. You don't have to kick it yourself, as you can just run out of the square. And if you play it on and kick it and then it goes out of bounds, it's not a free kick to the opposition.
Well, I think it's a good rule introduction, that one.
I mean, you never actually deliberately kick it out of bounds from full back, do you?
No.
It's generally a kick that's gone a bit awry. So the umpire will bring the ball in a few more metres. Going up is McKeever. She gets a hand. Now there's a whistle. The umpire, just the non-controlling umpire. And I think it's going to be a free kick here
to
North Hobart. So Shelburne, who's been in the ruck and competing really well, just on half back. Kick is not bad. Finds Gibbs. Gibbs now onto his her left.
What?
Not a bad kick to half forward here. Or probably more centre wing. Another good tackle laid by Garlick. And we've got some young lads there just enjoying themselves, just in front of the directional mark, in front of the Duff Ed van, the new Duff Ed van here, which we've a pleasure to have, just bouncing past Johnson.
That's Amy Bailey there.
Bailey kicks it forward into the hands of Mansfield. Couldn't quite get it, tackle late, pushed over. Another quick shot there by Snell, dribbles towards the pocket. Running onto that was Garlick again, a little bit of space. She was pushed around by Chatterton. Tackle late again, ferocious stuff, ferocious by Wiley. She was great then. Gibb tackled again. She may not have had the football, and the umpire agreed. And Gibb will get probably about her fourth possession.
Might have been a bit lucky there, Peach. Anyway, we'll take it.
High kick. A lot of players around this ball. And it's probably going to be relieved. Smith for Claremont. Just needs to get down onto her knees. He just dribbles it a little bit further forward into the middle of Abbotsfield Park here. Johnson goes to knees, tries to win it. One of her teammates actually in the end comes and probably actually provides a bit of pressure on her. And that was Massey.
It's Katie Snell there.
Snell, I should say.
Yeah.
They both want the football so badly.
Well, that's a good sign, isn't it? Yeah.
Shelburne just got her hands up, pushing it off. Here come Claremont. Bit of run onto a left boot. Kicks it up to half forward. Good contest down there. Whitelaw runs past her. Main for Claremont. Dribbles it into the left forward pocket. The only person back there is Griffin. She has a little bit of time. She looks up. Gets on the right boot. Doesn't clear it enough. Claremont with another opportunity. Kicks high. Wobbly. Two players back still. Protecting that goal is Massey. Hurriedly back. Just a bit rushed. Trying to find Snell. She's got Roberts for Claremont. She picks it up. She'll get around. Can't. Good pressure from Snell. And a good passage of play there.
Yes, Amy Massey probably had a little bit more time than she thought there.
I think on 2 occasions, didn't they? And that's just the nuance of the game, isn't it? You need to play it a bit more and get an idea of how much time you actually have.
A bit more torque from those around her might have been good there too, but anyway.
It's probably hard also for the coaches. They're trying to coach technique as well as they're trying to coach decision-making, which is two different things on many occasions. So Claremont are winning the ruck at the moment, and that's Olivia Smith. Gibbs again, it's got so much pace. It's got a bit of help. She gets that help out from Bailey. Bailey moves it just to the middle of the ground. Lots of players still around the football. There's a tap, may have been a throw. Nearly in the hands of Ignal, can't get onto her. Busting through was Massey again. Now it's across to Domkis. Maybe a high tackle on Gibbs. She's going to get a second free kick, and that is because she is going in hard for the football and wanting it more than some of the opposition. Her kick is outstanding. Gee, she's improved. Ignal now for North Hobart. Kicks it forward. There's not a lot of players over the back here. One of those is Bly. She just needs to get into her hands. Another friend there in Stocks. She goes to ground. Tackle laid. The umpire keeping the whistle, and he's standing right there, and he's decided it's holding the football. Better lucky, but okay, I suppose you've got to knock the ball out. So Claremont to retrieve and relieve the pressure just for a little while and finds McKeever. McKeever has a bounce. She's got a player just to her right. She misses that and goes up the middle, goes past Massey. None. Now it's into the hands of Fitzpatrick. Another chance for Claremont. They've got the only goal of the game. It rolls and rolls, and luckily for North Hobart, it rolls to the left.
Probably need to get a little bit more out of our forwards at the moment, Peach. We've had it down there a bit, but
yeah, it's a nature I think of these really longer grounds at times that the girls come so far up to get the football and then they can't get it over the back with that longer kick, and it's a bit blustery as we mentioned as Smith tries to mark it. Shelverton again. She's been really good early. Shelverton knocks it out to Humphreys.
Kelly,
Humphrey bounces once, and unfortunately that is holding the football. She's saying she handballed it. The umpire's probably said, well, you kind of bounced it and then you got tackled. So that was probably technically a free kick. So Claremont with it. And they'll have an opportunity to go forward again. That was a little bit cheeky from Maya Bly. She ran all the way up and handed it to her.
Oh,
so it looked very polite, but I think she might have been playing that one. And now she has the footy. She runs into a little bit of space and gets it onto her right boot. Good chase out here. Bailey might just need to provide a bit of pressure. She did enough. It meant the kick wasn't quite accurate enough. And it's released back into the middle. Now let's see what these forwards do. Oh, big clash in the middle of the ground. Stocks goes down. Then Stocks lays a tackle. Wonderful work. Holding up strong was Hogan for Claremont. Now the ball's knocked to half forward. This game's lifted a notch. Running forward. One bounce. Lines it up for goal from 30 metres out. Oh, another opportunity. Gone begging for Claremont.
Well, Nicole Stocks' attack on the football there was absolutely sensational. She's making up for a lot of time that she missed out through injury last year, so she's obviously very keen to get back into it. But
gee, that was some exciting football. The big flash in the middle of the ground and the flying shot and goal, and that's a good defensive mark. Massey just knocked off it, and once again, it's a very. We might just have to get that one. Number 16. We don't have number 16 in our book. We'll get that one in a second. It's Bailey for Claremont. So Bailey now kicks it high, just short. It might actually go through for a goal, and Claremont have the second.
Yeah, Claremont a bit more direct and a bit more purposeful with their use of the ball at the moment. And they're being rewarded with a 15-point lead.
Yeah, I mean, Georgie Bailey then, I apologise, we actually had her down at number 16. That's why I didn't call her and do the last two plays. Apologies to the Bailey family because she's a gun. We had her down at 17, so yeah, number 16, Georgia Bailey. So Georgia Bailey with the goal. The other goal scorers, Tungata, and it is a good start here for Claremont. North Hobart just need to turn this one around as Shelverton endeavouring to get a fist on that one. It's knocked into Peterson. Peterson goes to ground. She's got a couple of friends around her. And the umpire's coming and said it too high. So here's an opportunity, I think, just to get it out again. So good effort from Genevieve Peterson. One-handed style kick. Goes up high over the top of Wiley. She'll run onto it, though. Long, rangy player. Bailey now for North Hobart. Trying to win it with Samantha Adams. She'll get another opportunity. Pushing off her was Wiley. Now it's just to the back of the pack to Domkis. Domkis is tackled. That's a good tackle laid on her. To Main. She tries to go again, Main. Now it's to Ignal. She's had a little bit of the ball and has been around the pack a lot. Good pressure by Domkis again. The umpire might have to blow the whistle as Mitchell Moore comes in. It's just another great tackle laid on that occasion by Snell. There's a bit of a narrative with the improvement of the players, really enjoying the physical encounter here. And finally, the umpire says, look, give it to me, I'll throw it up. They certainly enjoy the physicality, don't they? I mean, it's one of the, one of the opportunities they haven't had in some of the other sports they've played.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't think parents need to be too worried about these girls or the younger girls playing. Their tackling pressure and intensity is fantastic. There's a little hold here. Yeah. Now, the umpire's seen something. And I think it's Fitzpatrick's for the free kick. We'll just see this, in fact, it's not Fitzpatrick.
Grabs hold of her arm.
Ella Edwards. It's kind of got tangled up. But anyway, the umpire, unfortunately, as McKeever down on ground, and North Hobart will relieve pressure just for a little while. Now, let's see if they can bring it out to this side of the ground.
She's a good kick, Marley Ingle, so hopefully she can hit a target here.
You can just hear the blustery wind. It's probably just picked up a little bit. It's making it hard on the big expanses of Abbotsfield as Peterson knocked off the ball. Graham McDonald. Peterson still in the hands. Just popped over the back. Here's an opportunity for Edwards. And Edwards does deliver. And Edwards kicks a third for Claremont. Late here in the first quarter, as you just see here on the Move Food replay, wonderful running from Edwards. I mentioned to her before the game, seen her play a few times now. She knows where to go to be an advantage for her team. And on that occasion, she was in front of the contested ball. Good releasing handball, and unfortunately 3 goals to nothing here, Craig Martin. And your ladies are a little down.
Yeah, Claremont have used the ball better, and that, I mean, their finishing's been pretty good too. I mean, that was a lovely finish from the Claremont girl there, and yeah, they thoroughly deserved their 21-point lead at quarter time. So yeah, a bit of work to be done. Bit of work to be done for our girls going into the second quarter.
Well, you're here on Duff TV. It is round 1 of SFLW here in southern Tasmania. We are in the northern suburbs of Hobart. We're here in Claremont, and it is Claremont up at the moment. 3 goals, 3-21. North Hobart are yet to register a score, and the scorer so far for Claremont, Georgia Bailey with the goal. That was a beauty. Ella Edwards with the running goal late. And Taylor Tangata, she got the early snap to get the ball rolling for Claremont. Plenty of good players, though, for North Hobart, I think, Craig. A couple that you think have shone out. They've been mostly in defence, though.
Yeah, Amy Massey's been really good. I think that Crystal Gibbs has been good on the wing, and she's used the ball pretty well. Nikki Shelverton's competing well in the ruck, and Amy Bailey's doing a pretty good job in the middle of the ground. We just probably need a little bit more out of our forwards. They probably need to hit up a bit more and play a bit more in front. Yeah, but big second quarter coming up. I mean, I'm not making excuses, but our captain Crystal Kelly was a late withdrawal today. Unfortunately, she's not well, so that's sort of knocked around our structure a bit. But by the same token, Claremont are playing some really good footy and thoroughly deserve their lead.
Yeah, it's certainly Claremont here. 3 goals, 3-21 here at quarter time in this round 1 clash. I thought Chatterton was really good, along with Olivia Smith for Claremont, one of their better players. But we just saw a little bit of class from people like Georgie Bailey, Ella Edwards, and also Peterson late in that quarter started to influence the game. And you're right, Craig, I think definitely the decision-making from Claremont was a bit better, but they just had a little bit more space as well. So just maybe some of the newer players, and we mentioned there are a lot of new players here on both sides, particularly for North Hobart. But it is Claremont here, 3 goals, 3-21, and we'll have a break here on Duff TV, and we're back here for the second quarter soon.
Great start. Oh.
Save me, Hunter! Save me, Hunter! Oh, my arm!
Yeah. Come up and half time, take it over the board.
Welcome back here. Second quarter about to start. Claremont versus North Hobart. The Demons yet to register any score so far. Claremont with 3 goals early. Tangata with the early one. Georgie Bailey and Ella Edwards were the stars early with some sausage rolls, which got the momentum going. But I think North Hobart will bounce back. Craig Martin, the president of North Hobart Footy Club, joined us in the commentary position for the first quarter. He's gone down to provide a little bit of motivation for the players and the ladies and some of the coaching staff. So we might get Craig back here in the last quarter. But the dulcet tones of Martin Duffy will chime in now and again to give me a little bit of support, because he's seen a lot of SFLW. Martin Duffy, welcome.
I'm just finishing off a carrot, so
now for those that have met Martin, his lunch and morning teas and other things are bizarre. He often just eats raw eggs, just straight out of the egg.
I've actually got a very balanced diet. Eat a lot of vegetables, but also eat a lot of other naughties.
Balanced across. Well, the whistle is blown, and the umpire, as North Hobart with Shelverton in the ruck, will go to the right-hand side. In fact, it's actually Gothorpe. Gibbs handles nicely, finds Humphreys. North Hobart will be desperate to try and get a score early, as they are certainly down here, well and truly. Is Gothorpe just on the side of that one. Grubb, and the umpire said, we've got to hold Martin a bit of wind. You can feel, I noticed when he went up on top of the van there, it's a little shaky.
Yeah, there's a bit of breeze out here at Abbotsfield Park, but not sure if it's really favouring any side. I think it might be blowing straight across to the wing. Here they go again.
Well, the favoured Ella Edwards, as she quickly plays on. Now it's into the hands of Griffin. Griffin with a little bit of space. Clears it, mate. Only for a short period of time. Wiley, she'll be tough to beat. Gibbs is also tough to beat. Fantastic contest there at half-back.
I was just going to say, there's been some great one-on-ones.
Gibbs, I'm pretty sure Gibbs' first year of football was last year, and I saw her twice. And I thought, this is unbelievable. She is a bullock and a fantastic athlete. This should probably show up some of the men, I reckon, the way that she goes for the football. Ruck contest again.
A bully or a bullock?
A bullock.
Bullock. Strong in the contest.
Yeah, just really strong and got a good core. You can just see that. I'm not sure she's played much other sport, but you can just see that she knows and wants that football. A lot of desperation about how she goes about. She's got a bit of skill too, makes good decisions, and it's gone out of bounds. So the umpire's going to have to make a decision and get that in. And there's a chap over there with another camera, Martin Duffy, taking some photos for this SFLW. There's Claremont. Kick just a bit scrubby. Goes along the ground. Wiley just goes past her. Handball over the top by Luttrell. Moves the ball forward, but once again, Claremont have had their defenders well forward, and Chatterton, who's been really good for most of this game. She's got a nice kicking action too. She drives the ball into the forward 50. Quick tap, nearly a throw. It might have been brilliant. Bailey misses.
Jeez. That's a couple of behinds she's kicked now.
Yeah.
Doesn't she look dangerous?
Oh, she looks to play on every time. She's an aggressive attacking player. She's got a turn of speed too, as see here. That was probably a throw. Look at this turn of speed. And strength too. Can't tackle her. Probably should have finished off with a goal, but Jean trying to run and kick goals like that is difficult, isn't it, Martin Duffy?
Just looks like a player could easily play at a higher level to me, does Bailey. Yeah, just seems to have a bit of pace, always out in her own. Hard matchup.
Yeah, really hard. Hogan there, just watching the ball go over. And the umpire has to come in a few metres. So Olivia Smith will push and shove here. And she'll go in with Gibbs on the side. Gibbs with the left hand on the football. Running in there is Smith. Trying to bustle and push her way through. Asking for a free kick. And it wasn't coming. And Olivia Smith, and actually, in fact, Olivia Smith does get the free kick, so her good work. She takes a long run back. She'll drive the ball to around 40, but once again, Alana Grubb, she's been a good inclusion into this team. Takes a defensive mark.
So North Hobart had 10 new players from last year's grand final side.
Yeah, it looks really different, and Crystal Kelly out as well. So a big turnover of players, but obviously good to see some new players as well. And we've got a ball up here.
Well, there's always going to be players come and go. I mean, it happens to any football, any competition, doesn't it?
Absolutely. As one of those new players is Gothorpe coming into the ruck. She's moved into that. There's Olivia Smith over the top. Hurried kick forward. Now there's a little bit of space for Luttrell. Luttrell just needed the ball just to bounce. And unfortunately, the oval football doesn't always do what you want. Out of bounds. So, Martin, you've seen both these teams. Obviously, Claremont, they've got a fairly established side with Brendan Bryce as their coach. What do you make of the sort of the start of the game so far?
Yeah, definitely played in the halfway zone and forward zone of the Pies. But I think North Hobart standing up fairly well in defence. Here's a promising move.
Yeah, nice mark by Mart.
They've been forward a couple of times, North Hobart.
Yeah.
But they haven't been deep yet.
That's right. Mart might actually get back onto this one. It's kicked off the ground by Domka. Smart goes through. Handballed out. Great tackle laid by Chatterton. And the umpire can only do one thing, and that is give a free kick. So Chatterton knocks the ball further out, goes over the top of Wiley. Some run now provided by McKeever. McKeever, long kick to half forward. 2v1 here, good contest. North Hobart will repel for now. Into space, into the hands of Luttrell. Bachis knocked off the ball by McKeever again. Fortuitous Chatterton, he's getting a lot of the ball. Good contest again. Wiley stays on the feet. Knocks it out to Smith. And the umpire said, hey, that's going to be a free kick. And it's going to be relieved here. So North Hobart free kick. Gerthorpe steadies. Kicks the centre half. It's gone over the back of Lucas. Now it's picked up by Stocks. Stocks gets tackled. That meant her kick wasn't that accurate. It's fallen into Hogan. Hogan drives it up. Now it's worked in the hands of Fitzpatrick. Creswell. Nice tackle in there. Fitzpatrick still with an opportunity. Now it moves on towards Kelly Smith. Kelly Smith's right boot into the pocket. Over the back is, look out, it's going to be danger here for Edwards. Just couldn't quite, under pressure, maintain possession. And I imagine that those two scrappling down there will eventually have to stand up as the umpire will come and throw it up. So a missed opportunity there for Edwards. Bailey in the ruck for Claremont. Now the ball's into a little bit of space. It's knocked out to McKeever. McKeever runs, drives it long, but unfortunately the kick is a little inaccurate and out of bounds to the right-hand side. So just seeing, I know that, Martin, you mentioned that it's not necessarily that windy or favouring either side, but I think it's impacting a little bit on the field kicking, and a lot of these girls are working on technique and doing a lot of work on actually ensuring that their kicking is going to do the job. But then when you're under pressure from a couple of defenders, suddenly that technique can disappear. Smith for an opportunity for Claremont. It just sort of bounces past her. She might get it back again. She does. That was slightly fortuitous. Drives it into half forward. The ball's into the hands of Roberts. Roberts goes again, taps it to herself. Great play by Roberts, but then unfortunately she came through a fraction high and gave away the free kick. What do you think, Martin? How do you think North Hobart are going to turn this game around? They obviously need to score in the next sort of 5 minutes.
What I do like is that they're trying to get the ball moving forward quickly. That's positive. And the few times they've brought it out of defence, they've looked good. This is where they have been breaking down. Let's see if they can take it deep this time, Peachy.
Well, they've got a lot of space here. There's two of them running onto it. Now it's just knocked nearly into the hands of Mansfield. Great tackle laid. Wonderful by Croswell.
In the back, is it?
But I think it's a free kick. It is. So let's see this on the Mood Food replay. May have been in the back, just sort of, she certainly pushed down.
Would have played that one, I think. One on in there, I think Peachy rolled it up.
Don't mind that one. It was a kind of a 50-50, so North Hobart with an opportunity. Might be just slightly outside scoring zone. There's still another opportunity. North Hobart players are very much still in it with a chance of getting a score here. Thrown off, that was Mart. Great tackle then laid by Mansfield, the vice-captain. Still a chance. Falls into the hands. Just need to get a clear kick away. Was there an opportunity for Garlick? Handballs away. Still North Hobart. Claremont players now had an opportunity because of that indecision to get their numbers back. Quick shot and goal, and they've got their first. So good goal in the end. High fives all around, and there we go. You said it, Martin Duffy. They just needed to get things happening a little bit for them.
Forward pressure.
And Carolyn Mart with the first goal. I think that for North Hobart. We'll just have to double check that one.
That's what the game needed. Another goal down the other end to Claremont, and just about would have been, not all over Rover, but would have been making it very difficult. So
yeah, absolutely.
What have we got? 16 points.
So North Hobart worked their way back into the contest with Some really good decision-making off half-back. As you mentioned, Martin, they just needed to work out where to kick it forward. And they, strangely enough, you'll love this, Duff.
Yeah.
The forwards stayed deep on that occasion.
Oh, well.
And I mentioned to Craig, in the first quarter, all their forwards came up and they were trying to get the ball over the back, and they couldn't actually get the length on the kick. On that occasion, they kicked it into space, and a forward and a defender ran towards it, created a contest, and eventually North Hobart got a goal.
What have we got? An issue with the 666 here, have we? Or what's happening?
I don't know.
We know that umpire Phil, he's got the ball in hand. He likes to take his time.
Yeah, no, and he sees signal.
But he's very astute, umpire.
Yeah.
He's doing a good job today.
Olivia Smith in best position to try and win it. But unfortunately, probably just need to go to the ground, because now it's knocked out here to Luttrell. Luttrell gets it moving forward. North Hobart to one of my favourite players, Gibbs. Gibbs drives it out nicely. Looks for Mansfield. Now it's cut off by Croswell. Croswell delivers it out. Now it's a bit of run here from Mitchellmore.
Sorry, Peachy, but these are the players that... this is where great tackle. This is where Claremont's winning the match, is that they're getting first to the ball.
No doubt. Crystal Gibbs, clever. Just a great decision maker, and she just looked up. I know the kick wasn't ideal in the end. It wasn't quite where it needed to be. Chatterton pushes in and tries to win it, but just Gibbs at the moment just got that little bit more time, and therefore her decision making is a fraction better, and she's maybe just a bit more aware of who's around her. And sometimes you can. As the umpire is just having a look at Chatterton. Saying a blood rule, or... Yep. So...
Gee.
Chatterton will have to go off here. And the umpire just explaining to her. I think he was actually looking at her shorts or knee. She'll make the journey off.
Because they let the little ones go these days, don't they? It's a long way off here.
She's got to run around about 140 metres.
It's a very wide ground.
It is. It's extremely wide. And one thing both these teams have done well, they've kept it away from this side of the ground, which can be a trap for visiting sides. And Chloe Lauren will now come on to replace Chatterton, and she's got to run 140 metres all the way over. This is where we need a quick ad break, don't we, for Jackson Motor Company or maybe Mood Food.
Yeah.
There we see the scoreboard, the new scoreboard from last year. 3-4-22. North Hobart with 1, a goal, 6. So 16 points of difference as the umpire now get the game started again. Smith in the ruck. Shelverton tries to lay some pressure. Gibb will get to it first, goes past her. Now, falling over was Roberts. She's actually going to get a free kick. He might have actually just had her ankle tapped. As Elizabeth Johnson just told her teammate, you need to get out of there. So I think Samantha Roberts just hurt herself a little bit then. Left foot, good kick. Good lead up mark. Find Mitchellmore. She's a good leading forward. Kicks it into a bit of space. In defence is Whitelaw for North Hobart. She gets tackled. And she gets tackled in the end by 2 players as Chamberlain came in at the end. And the umpire will take it.
Short quarters here, only 3 minutes left.
Yeah, they're 15 minutes, no time on, so they're going to go quite quickly.
Do you think they've got the time right there? I think we go a little bit longer at this level. Girls look really fit to me. I reckon.
Oh, there's no issue with fitness, I don't think, Duff. No,
go 17 minutes. There you go.
Changing the rules here.
Tweak, tweak.
So someone who can change the rules is Georgie Bailey. She's a star today. Picks up high. Flying was king. Nearly got the mark. Main coming through. I think she probably just was a bit overzealous, and high tackles we'll see here in the move food replay. That was in fact the run up, but yeah, it's a little high tackle. It's a good kick out into a bit of space. McCarthy just needed to probably be a bit more aggressive and attack that football. Good contest down there. Edwards on her knees. Another player coming in was McCarthy. That's better from McCarthy. Nice tackle laid on Johnson. Oh, the umpire finally says, oh, but it was. Domkes thought it was going to be a free kick. She was about to run on. I think it's going to be, yep. So they'll have to hand it back. So it's a free kick to Elizabeth Johnson.
Very astute umpire, fabulous Phil Geeson. He's got himself in good condition.
He's done a lot of games, hasn't he?
He's done a lot of games, fabulous Phil, and he's back again for another season.
I like his tempo as an umpire. Doesn't rush anything.
No.
Now this might be chopped off, going over the top of the hands of Peterson. Half forward, trying to win it was Domkes. And the umpire, Phil, fabulous, has found a free kick. He was exactly side on to that contest.
He's seen a lot of football, very experienced campaigner. Now they'd love a goal going into, what, half-time.
So North Hobart here on centre wing. We haven't seen a lot of the ball here on the broadcast wing. Goes through the hands of Peterson. Moved quickly on by Hogan into some space. McCarthy might be first to that for North Hobart. She's running onto the cricket pitch, but flying through was McKeever. Neither team really desperate enough then. In fact, two players just trying to win it. Pretty feisty. And we'll have another ball right in the middle of Abbotsfield Park. Shelvenden trying to get a hand on it. Georgie Bailey pushes her into the ground, and we'll have another throw up.
Good athlete, Bailey, isn't she? Great bill for footy. By golly, she would be very hard to match up on Peachy.
Yeah, she's actually jumped. Look at her jump here. She's not in this ruck contest, but she's in the last one. She came over top. She's got a good vertical leap as Ignal finds some space, gets it onto her left boot, kicks it up to half forward. Just a bounce going over the top. Domkis there, pushing and shoving with Luttrell. Players around the pack. Diving back onto that was Elizabeth Johnson for North Hobart. Relieved for a while for Claremont, as they're certainly pressing here, North Hobart. They'd love another goal just before half-time. Might have been a throw. And unfortunately, the siren comes as North Hobart was streaming forward again. And that is the end of the first half here. Round 1, SFLW. It's Claremont, who did not score a goal in that quarter. Only the one behind registered. North Hobart did score a goal through Carolyn Mart. And the half-time score is North Hobart 1 goal 6. Claremont 3-4-22. Just the goal kickers, Ella Edwards, Taylor, Tangata, and also Georgie Bailey for Claremont, and the single goal kicker, Carolyn Mart, who kicked that really good snap as North Hobart pressured in that quarter. But not a bad game of footy, Duff.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. It's been really good, and I'm so happy that North did kick that goal. I was a bit worried that this game was going to get away from them, but really just needed that one extra one just to be right in touch. 16 points is a pretty handy lead in SFLW footy. But still a long way to go here. Oh, nearly called you Tubes.
Oh, no, Tubes at home. You'll be out next week.
He'll be out next week.
So Tubes resting up. And
he's cuddling the baby.
Oh, look, to be fair, I mean, I've only got a few fans. Tubes has some major fans. He'll draw probably an extra 30 YouTube viewers here, no doubt. But anyways, having a break. I'm kicking off the season here with Peach Robertson, Martin Duffy, G-Funk in the pots and pans position. And we are half-time. The ladies will stay on the ground. We'll have a break here on Duff TV. SFLW action, Claremont versus North Hobart. Claremont with the early lead here at the halfway mark.
Oh, that would be horrible. Some bloke with long girly nails.
So you got to push it. Just be careful as you go up. This is me.
I reckon that white team will win it this year. Yeah, really.
You're getting all set up.
Yeah, all good.
All right.
Yeah, no worries, mate. We get some getting paid for it.
All right. I'll see you later.
And welcome back here on Duff TV. Second half about to start here in the SFLW. Claremont with the early lead. 3 goals for 22 North Hobart. Got a goal midway through that quarter. And they needed it. And they're going to need to get a few more to get back into this clash. But they're still in it. They've got some players who have had plenty of the ball. Amy Massey, Caitlin and Snell. Ignal as well, I thought was outstanding. Nicole Shelverton in the ruck. Competed really hard. Amy Bailey. Alana Grubb returning. She was fantastic. But I think their best player is Crystal Gibbs, continuing her good form from last year. Chatterton, who had to go off, was outstanding off half-back for Claremont throughout. Olivia Smith came in and out of the ruck. She was tremendous. Domkus got a little bit of the ball. Georgie Bailey, the co-captain, was outstanding. She got a goal. Hogan as well. And Ella Edwards, in the end, were probably some of their more competent and consistent players. And we've got Martin Duffy, who's on top of the van here, the new van here, purchased exactly for this. G'day, Martin. Second half coming on your way soon.
I'll tell you what, Peachy, I'll just get you to turn that master down there.
Yeah, no, we're just doing it now, mate.
Right-hand side there. Just a little bit loud in my ears today, Peachy. You're so enthusiastic and up and about. Third quarter, here we go.
So, good contest.
That big red dial there, thank you, Peachy, on the far right inside of that unit. It's Claremont going forward here. Gee, they look dangerous when they go forward. Oh,
yeah.
Big clash. Somebody's gone down there.
Tangata went in really hard. Now it's into Main. She just needed a little bit more time. And we've got an injury here too. It's just grabbing a knee. It's Ella Edwards too for Claremont. She's a little sore. I think it's more just a bruise for her. That's tough. She's off the ground. Little nod. She's okay. And we're going to have a ball up.
There,
that was nice, wasn't it? And that was Caitlin Whitelaw for North Hobart. To see it on the Move Food replay. It was actually into her own teammate. Just really knocked her hard. There's Massey going up for North Hobart, deep in defence, trying to win it. There's both teams are desperate to get an early goal. Edwards, who just got bumped now, she's back into the contest again. Quick kick towards goal. There's the defence though, and it should be cleared just momentarily. In fact, it's a good clearance, although Johnson dropped that chest mark. Croswell desperately wants it, and we're going to have a ball up.
Now, Aaron, if you don't mind just turning that red dial that's on your
even
far
further.
Right. Yeah, you're coming through. That's it. Oh.
There we go.
Oh.
Early days here. That's better, isn't it?
I'm sure people at home have got you turned up though. They'll be loving your commentary today.
Well, I haven't seen my partner for about 4 days. So I've been away for work, so I know she never tunes in. So she's pretty desperate. That's actually gone through. Just been touched on the line. Luckily by Samantha Griffin, it's run through for a minor score. So first score here in the third quarter to Claremont, and they're pressing early.
What do you think about this new rule where they can come out of the square?
No, it's great. It's fantastic.
You like it?
Yeah, don't mind it at all. Gets the game flowing. And look how much further teams will run back. She could have run another 15 metres. Not a bad kick. It's just gone over the top of the head of Amy Bailey and out of bounds. No, I don't mind it. They've tried lots of things to endeavour to get the ball moving more quickly, having an extra ball. In the old days, it was only ever one footy to game. When I played Duff, I reckon when you might have played one football for the whole game.
Yeah, crazy.
And because I wasn't very good, I played reserves and underage, and we had one second-hand football. Now there's footies galore. So often you'd boot the ball through from behind and go 40 metres over your head, and I was always full back, so I had to actually go and get it sometimes. You'd be delayed by about 3 or 4 minutes to try to find it out of the trees at whatever ground you're playing on. Running onto that one is Elizabeth Johnson. Handballed forward. Shelverton. It's got a friend on the side, and Alana Grubb. Alana holds it up on half back. And the umpire will do what he's done quite a bit. In fact, has he called that a free kick? No. No, he hasn't. Sorry, he's just signalling which players are going to go. Shelverton with a hand up and indicating that she will be going up against Olivia Smith. Olivia Smith
got rid of that rule there.
No, I think it's still going.
Oh.
Now, there's another free kick as a Claremont player went to ground, but I think it will be a North Hobart free kick here. And they need to relieve this one as Elizabeth Johnson getting a little bit of the ball. Chip is good. It just goes over the top of Mansfield, who just needed to be a couple of inches taller to get onto that one. Now it's kicked just into the middle to Roberts. Bounces past her. Gibbs with a good bump. Still pushing off the back of the play there was Gibbs. She might run onto this one again. She does. She's unbelievable. Wants that football. Handballs off to Shelverton. Going to her knees was Chatterton. Now it's into Roberts' hands. Gibb again. She's pushed in the back, maybe by Smith. The umpire just didn't quite see that one. Elena Grubb on the side of it. The kick smothered. Still players trying to get up as Gibb just slowly gets up off the ground. Edwards with a quick handle. Brilliant by her. Now a little bit of space created. It's kicked to around about 35 metres. Push and shove. Quick shot. But it's to the right. Minor score.
Gee, some of these girls are really getting how to play Aussie rules. You can just the use of the body, stop and prop in the heat of the moment, just like that. That went across the face for a behind there. That was a good piece of play.
It was a release. It was Edwards again. She's involved in the play, creative, and Tangata deep in the forward line. Just dangerous, and she gets good body position. Another player, Fitzpatrick, likewise, looked to play on. Now she does. The kick is just off the side of her boot. It goes high. Just falls through the hand of Johnson. She goes back in again. Johnson gets some support from Stocks. And the umpire says, "Moin."
Moin. Fabulous Phil Geeson.
We love our umpires here on Duff TV.
Year of umpiring.
Yeah, we love our umpires here and they do a great job. And without them, we don't have a game of football. Rushing past that was Whitelaw. Edwards just busts that out, gets the ball into some space. Roberts runs to 15. The kick's a little bit awry and out of bounds, but that's okay. Claremont still with a chance and doing all the attacking at the moment. And Ella Edwards in the middle of the ground is just dominating things, and Roberts is starting to show that she's got a bit of creativity. And to see here on the replay again, the mood food replay, as we've got a throw in. No one went up for that one in the end. Now it's worked in the hands of Peterson. Peterson kicks it into the pocket. Main for Claremont. She's going to be pressured though by Bailey. Bailey does enough. Now it falls into the hands of Bailey. She clears it across to Peterson. Peterson for a second touch in about 30 seconds. Gets it high onto a left boot. Flies up towards Bly. Bly couldn't get it. Now she does. Clears it just for a little while. Olivia Smith will run onto it first. She's got two North Hobart players to beat. She knocks Maya Bly off the ball, but North Hobart get it back. An opportunity they desperately need just to try and eke a goal back here. Shani Wiley for Claremont. Over the top to Chatterton. Chatterton's pressured here by Bailey. She just wants that football. She desperately wants it, can't. And going to be a free kick. Holding the football. Okay. Anyway, no one's watching. We'll see that in the replay. Maybe. Not sure what that one was for. We'll let that one play on. In towards Carolyn Mart. And she finds the boundary line. A young lad over there just in front of the little Mini Cooper, which I'm sure he got from Jackson Motor Company. Oh, just enjoying himself. So the Jackson Motor Company scoreboard indicates Claremont with an 18-point lead as that young lad runs back to watch some of the superstars of Southern women's football here, or Southern football in general. Smith in front position. Just runs past Stocks. Knocked forward now. Claremont trying to do some attack. Into the hands of Bly for North Hobart. Shelverton had a little bit more time. It's probably just something that we're seeing a little bit out this game. Players having a little bit more time, but they'll get used to that as they play more games of football. Adams just goes past her. There's a good bit of push off the play. Here's a tackle. You can just see it coming. It's just gone over the head of Bailey. Massey.
Seen a few run and bounces today. I love it.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
Great. Girls are really doing great out there.
Massey probably lays a tackle a fraction high, still gets a handball away. Another tackle, brilliantly tackle laid by Luttrell. She needed to. It's pretty ferocious. On her knees is Smith.
Jeez.
And it's lifted here at Abbotsfield Park. Claremont going in hard. Some of the young ladies desperate to try and win the football and keep this ball inside their forward 50.
Who was the 10 there for Claremont?
That was Kelly Smith.
Here she is. Oh.
And response. Well, all that pressure, and Kelly Smith has dobbed one for the Mont. Let's see that one again. That was a frenetic bit of footy.
That tackle that she put on. Trying to punch
She was
the
just in
ball
the
out.
right spot too.
Interesting.
So she's actually had a bit of the ball in the last few minutes, Kelly Smith, and results in a goal for herself. So Claremont now with a substantial lead, 24 points. They are in the advantage position here, kicking to the right-hand side of the screen. Round one here of the SFLW, as the umpire coming to this side of the ground, maybe due to some wind or a bit of a pathway. And it's round one here on Duff TV, a long season of women's football we brought you throughout the weekends. As Smith again, Roberts just tries to pick it up, can't get it. Massey there for North Hobart trying to defend. Roberts again, just off the ground. Now it's worked out. Great tackle from the left-hand side. And there it is. It's my favourite. It's Crystal Gibbs. You see on the Move Food replay, some great tackling skills. Gibbs just need to get a little bit more length on that kick, and that's a play on. Dangerous. She's going to have to get the ball. Quick roost on goal. That's brilliant. And Claremont have kicked a couple in a minute here. I think that was Peterson for Claremont. Apologies, we just try and see that one in the replay.
Under a ton of
in
pressure.
fact, it's McKeever, I should say. Brady McKeever. That's a great goal. Might just get down the replay again, G-Funk. That was so good. Just the quality of that finish by McKeever. Look at it, she got through, pushed off, tackled. Gibbs laid some pressure. She still managed to kick it 30 metres across her body for a goal. Wonderful stuff.
Very windy out of Claremont here today.
Yeah, the wind's picked up. It's kind of a little cooler, actually, the wind, although the sun's shining nice and warm. But Shelvin with a kick forward. Roberts just need to run at that football. Probably new to the game, just not quite confident to go in and really nail it. Is Ignall trying to work that football towards the North Hobart advantage. And we've got a bit of a push and shove, but it's all okay. And a throw up here. And there's Kelly Edwards again. Kelly Smith, I should say. A lot of players matched up around there. Wiley, she gets tackled by Johnson. And Johnston just holds it and needed to. Smith indicating she's going to be in the ruck. She didn't get next to that one. Johnston just gets enough space to find a kick. Dribbles it up forward. Humphreys for North Hobart. Lots of players, stacks on there. And it's nearly over the boundary line. And there's a few of the fans with smiles on their faces enjoying today's SFLW clash between two teams we think will feature throughout the finals at the back end of the year. Lindisfarne with an early win. On the edge of that pack is McKeever. Just goes past her again. Opportunity for North Hobart.
Ooh.
Gawthorpe works it forward. Running past that is Mart. Quickly into the hands of Mansfield. Desperate chance. Great tackle by Mart.
Oh, a little bit high.
And was it high? Maybe just high. The umpire was in a pretty good position, unfortunately for Claremont.
It was a good tackle. 33 there for Hobart.
Carolyn Mart's been good. Kick to goal. That kick probably hasn't gone far enough, but a wonderful grab by King. Reaching up high and getting that one down in front of Mansfield. King looks for an option. She's probably going to go high. Trying to find Olivia Smith. She's not a bad option because Olivia's a very good mark of the football and usually uses it well. Finds Tatterton. Knocks it to the middle of the ground. We've got a race on here as Claremont wins it first. Great tackle laid by Gibbs. Doesn't matter because it spills into open space and Claremont get it past the hands of Bailey. Bailey goes again. Good push and shove off the ball. Pretty competitive stuff from Amy Massey. And the umpire will have it for a few moments. We see the scoreboard there, 5-6-36. So good scoring game from Claremont. North Hobart need a goal, desperately need a goal. Ignore just looking a little tired. McKeever, shot on goal. Left-hand side for behind. So we're seeing a lot of play-ons from this new, what is it, like 15 metres, Duff? How long's the...
I think it's 15.
Yeah, that's gone. That's a good kick over the top. Ignore pushes off one. Gets a handball. Unfortunately, Bly just came a little too close. Snell. She gets tackled. And the umpire, Fabulous Phil, will do it again.
Important statistic, 12 scoring shots to 1.
It's probably not completely indicative of the game. I think North Hobart have been a lot closer than that. Ella Edwards couldn't win it. Now some run from North Hobart. High kick to a 1-on-2. Just wasn't quite to the right spot, need a little bit more. Gothorpe was a player that just needs to get into it. She then tries to win that one. Gibbs nearly threw it out. Tried to get it out to Adams. Unfortunately, it goes to King. King handles off. Nice play from King. Good decision. Works the ball forward. Good one-on-one contest down there. In the end, nearly marked by Fitzpatrick. And she couldn't win it. And the umpire said that is broken even. Graham McDonald needed to apply some pressure, and she did. And we'll have a throw up around about 35 metres from the goals. There's Bly running through. I think Bly was just held here, so she'll get a free kick because we've got Craig Martin lurking there. Hopefully he might even come in again into the commentary position. Just having a hot drink as he's walking himself back into...
Did he bring me a coffee?
It's a long way up into your position, Duff.
He's never been one to shout, Craig Martin.
Oh, here we go.
Wouldn't shout if you bid him.
Yeah, that's it.
We were just saying, Craig, 12 scoring shots to 1, but the game's been closer than that. North Hobart's had a lot of the ball.
Yeah, look, I think, as I said earlier on, it's the execution, isn't it? I think that Claremont have used the ball quite a bit better than our girls, and you know, that's something that we need to work on. Certainly, Claremont's kicking of the ball is a bit better than ours, and they're certainly you know, hitting a lot more targets than we are.
Well, the ball nearly went out of bounds here on half forward, but McKeever was the only one who kept going for it. I think everyone else thought he was going to go over the white line and the umpire would grab it, but in fact, she actually kept it in and got an extra 30 metres. And that is the three-quarter siren here. So Claremont, a couple of goals in that quarter. They've got the lead out to over 30 points. In fact, 31-point lead here at three-quarter time. Both teams just looking a fraction tired, but it certainly turned around in that quarter. One of the players that provided that momentum was Kelly Smith. She managed a goal. She got the ball forward on several occasions. She's got a lot of help from Georgie Bailey up there. Tangata was also an option. Just too many winners around the ground, and Chatterton and Olivia Smith in the ruck. They were a dominant force as Claremont, Craig Martin do have a commanding lead here at three-quarter time. Yeah,
isn't Georgie Bailey an impressive player? She gives them a real focal point up forward. Strong, great hands, good kick. Yeah, she's provided a lot of drive for Claremont today, and as you say, Peach, been ably supported by many others. I think that Claremont have certainly controlled the midfield division today, and they've been able to get the ball forward a lot more cleanly than our girls have.
So it's three-quarter time here. Just to go through the goal kickers, Georgie Bailey with a goal, Brady McKee, actually it was Ella Edwards, Tangata, Brady McKeever actually did get one. Kelly Smith, and for North Hobart, Carolyn Mart was the only goal scorer, and that was in the second quarter. We'll have a break here on Duff TV. The last quarter coming up here in the SFLW round one clash. Claremont versus North Hobart from Abbotsford Park. We'll be back in a few moments.
she's holding them.
Yeah, last quarter action. We've got the Claremont ladies. They're keen to get going again. As Martin Duffy's about to climb back on top of the Duff Etmobile. We've got Craig Martin joining us in the commentary position here for the last quarter. A lot of work for North Hobart to do, Craig, but you know, it's a long season ahead, and obviously some improvement to be made, and this is only the start of what I suppose Greg Grubb has to do.
Yeah, as I think I said earlier on in the telecast, we've got 11 new players in our playing ranks for 2019, so it's going to take them a while to gel. It's going to take them a while to be taught the skills of the game, and I think Claremont are showing the benefits of being able to keep nearly all their playing group together from last year. I think we were chatting off air, Peach, and you were mentioning that most of their girls had played at least last year as well. So yeah, we're in for a bit of a road, a bit of a journey ahead of us, but that's fine. The most important thing is they're out there having fun and enjoying their footy.
Well, having worked with Latrobe Union and why females participate in sport for about a year at the back end of a couple of years ago, having fun and mastering something new is two of the major reasons that they want to participate in sport. So they're getting plenty of that. As running past that one is Peterson, who's been a good contributor today. Bailey for North Hobart trying to win it.
Been good, Amy. She's been really good today.
She's certainly been one of the better players for North Hobart. There's been a plethora of good players for North Hobart. Just that ability to link up and find teammates. And Chatterton's been one of the best on ground. She's been a stoic defender and a capable kick. And there's that example of it. Although it hasn't gone into the hands of their number 22, McKeeve, it's fallen into the hands of Bailey, 22. It was a good option. Kick goes further up to Gibbs. Just didn't quite have enough for her and runs out of bounds.
We were talking off air there, Craig, earlier, just about the length of the quarters. You tend to agree that perhaps they can just go a little bit longer for the girls?
Yeah, I think so. I think they could go another 2 or 3 minutes each quarter. It's 15 minutes. I don't see any reason why they couldn't go, 17 or 18 to be... Oh, good grab. Well done. No, I don't see why they couldn't go for a little bit longer, Duff, to be honest. Yeah.
Oh, that's something for the future, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. We mentioned it looks like they're fit enough. As Smart goes in, gets a handball out the form of basketball. She was pushed in the back, and she'll, I'd imagine, get a free kick and a deserved free kick. She's quickly played on.
She's been impressive today, Carolyn March.
Yeah.
Really impressive. Oh, well done. Great kick too.
Yeah, great kick
Crystal
to Gibbs.
Yeah.
Gibbs now. She'll get used to kicking Gibbs too, because everything else she does is fantastic. Just goes through the hands of Garlick. Another whistle blown. It might have a little bit to do with these gala days that they have here in the SFLW, that they try and get 3 games in a day. Maybe that makes it a bit easier, but I certainly agree. Longer quarters would allow the girls to get into the game a bit more. Rotations is now North Hobart. Just the kick didn't come off. An opportunity for Johnson. She couldn't quite win it. As busting through was Hogan. She's gone back into defence. Still a chance for North Hobart. Mart's lurking on the side. That's a free kick. Is that a free kick to Stocks?
I think it is.
She got hit in the hip. She's just grabbing her left hip at the moment, and she will be getting a free kick as the ball's handed back to Humphreys to Stocks, and she's just sucking in the oxygen. And she's going to have an opportunity to get the first score on the board and maybe get a little bit of momentum and a little bit of fright through the Claremont Magpies.
Well, she must kick this if we're to be any chance. She has to convert here.
She's got a bit of tape on her right leg there. Let's hope it doesn't stop her. She turns around, hand drives it towards goal and drives it strong. Oh, it actually was a point in the end. Just the way the umpire moved to her right, it looked like it might have just snuck in, but a minor score.
I thought it had gone through too, but no.
Let's see it on the Move Food replay. She kind of didn't help herself by going on this angle. Yeah, no, it did go on the other side. Unfortunately, the umpire was in a better position.
Why would the umpire be pulling this one up? There was nobody out near the square there.
I didn't see
Not
vision on
sure
that
what
one,
the
Duff.
interpretation is here.
Don't know what happened there.
No, we've got a short kick though.
Good kick out
by
though.
Chatterton. Chatterton, yep, finds Peterson. Peterson deep in half back. North Hobart just need to push up here and try and keep this ball inside, which is how they scored. Mart scored her goal. Too many Claremont players around the action there. But Stocks again, trying to win it. Nearly got it onto a boot. Gibbs for North Hobart, standing up and trying to win it. And in the end, it's Shelburne who will be last up off the ground with the football, and we'll have a ball up around about 45 metres out from goal. So North Hobart 30 points down. It feels a long way back, but certainly general play, you'd suggest they're doing a good job.
Yeah, started the quarter well here, our girls. Oh, it's in the back.
This is the second quarter where they held the ball in here for a long time, didn't they, Craig?
Yeah.
And they were able to sneak a goal. They just...
Oh, retaining the ball in your forward 50s is critical, isn't it, in modern footy?
I think so, yeah, definitely. Particularly when there's about 40 players around the football at times. Sometimes it's easier, rather. We won't get into congestion, no. As Smith goes high, gets a hand over Shelburne. Players just slowing down a little bit. Martinet, she wins it, gets through one, somehow breaks the tackle, kicks it high to Gibbs. What a mark! Running against the play, just wanted it the most. A stunning mark. And for those that are thinking, why is Aaron Peach-Roberts getting excited by that? Because running the other direction, or the direction of the ball and taking it, you don't know where the contact's coming, and often it could be into your face. So Gibb, maybe just a bit too far out to score. Very deliberate approach. Kicks it high to the square. Defending at the back. Just need to keep this one in play. Try to push it forward was Hogan for Claremont. North Hobart just need a couple of players to come in and help here, because the only player getting in there is Elizabeth Johnston, and she prevents anything happening. It's going to be a throw-up, but fabulous mark. Can we get a replay in a sec, maybe, that mark again, G-Funk? That mark by Crystal Gibbs. It was a stunning grab.
It was an absolute ripper.
There it is.
A lot of courage. Yeah.
She had no idea who was coming her way. So in the right forward pocket, a bit of a high tackle. She's actually on her knees then, as Ignall now goes to the ground. Johnson in again. Somehow a kick comes out, but it might not be for too long. Nicole Smith.
That's a good kick.
Clever from Nicole Smith. Gibbs gone forward, runs past her. Peterson, great tackle. She's everywhere at the moment, Gibbs. She'll have to lay another tackle. Really good job, though, by Peterson. She had a couple of players to beat. Just on the edge of that pack is Garlick. Now it comes out the side. Kick towards goal. It's just gone to the near side. In fact, it's missed everything, and it's out of bounds on the fall, and the free kick here to Tanisha Chatterton.
Well, there's no doubt that North Hobart have started this quarter better than Claremont.
We've got lots of winners around the ground at the moment, haven't we?
Which is encouraging. Yeah, as you say, Crystal Gibbs has been prominent. Libby Johnson's having a red-hot crack as well. So we could hopefully we could convert here shortly.
Smith nearly marking it, and then she gets her own rebound, kicks it into the opposition player in Stocks. That probably hurt a little bit. And the umpire said a high tackle, so a Claremont free kick. So the ball's been in North Hobart's forward 50 for, I reckon, about 6 of the 6 minutes and 6 seconds we've had so far. And now Claremont will release, and just running Sam Lucas. It's a good kick from Lucas. Finds Olivia Smith, who's been a dominant force in the middle of the ground and playing off half back. She looks up further afield. She goes high, trying to find Kelly Smith. Smith on her right boot. Keeps it in play. Not for long, maybe. I think it might roll out, mate. Staying in for now. Whitelaw. She needs to get it back again. She goes back in again. Whitelaw, just on the edge of that one is Burton for Claremont. She pushes Whitelaw to the ground. Whitelaw still hard, trying to get the footy. Great contest there.
Yeah, fabulous contest, both players.
Kelly Smith, great job.
Yeah.
She's just trying to suck a bit of oxygen in. Kelly Smith, she's been ferocious in her work on the ball. Great contest, big punch forward. Ignall goes past her. She wants it again, maybe wanted a free kick. There's a bit of space here. She's going to have to get rid of it soon. Yeah. Does, just in time. Good. Roberts onto her knees. Coming in late was King for Claremont. Players around the ball. Roberts just need to be a bit more aggressive then. Now it's knocked out to Shelverton. She goes to Anesis, probably that ability to pick it up. Great, she goes high up. Just the ability to pick up. You mentioned early on in the coverage, Craig, picking it up while they're on the move is a challenging skill to learn. And
Nikki really didn't need to go to ground then either. She needed to stay on her feet, which is obviously critical in footy.
Well, she's got it again, Smith. Good long kick that's got out the back here. So Gibbs, she'll get this. She does. She has a look around her. She's going to need a friend. She handballs it off. That's not a bad play. Then she gets knocked over. Mart comes in. Mart's got 3 Claremont players to beat. She beats 1, beats 2. Couldn't beat the third. The third one was Peterson. Peterson drives the ball into the middle of the ground. Shelverton gets knocked by the ball. Smith turns around. Brilliant by Smith.
Great play.
And holding the football. Okay, so fair enough. She did kind of turn. So good pressure here. North Hobart certainly dominating the 8 minutes so far in this quarter. Good solid delivery.
Oh, sensational grab.
What a mark.
One-hander.
Sam Lucas, he's taken 2 good marks now. Well, that is
clunk, I think they might call it as the colloquialism. Now she goes around. Gibbs is somehow late. Well, that actually wasn't a kick. It came off a thigh.
Well, it did.
But anyway, not a bad call from the umpire, I suppose. Look at this again. Oh, that's brilliant. Holy trousers. There you go. The first one of the year, Martin Duffy.
Yeah. Waiting for it.
Absolutely terrific grab. Oh, that's good. That's good play too.
Kelly Smith. She's been nearly Claremont's best in the middle of the ground.
Very skillful.
Worked her way into the game. She's getting a lot more confident. The ball just goes over the head of King. King will run back onto it again. Just on her left-hand side, though. The umpire blew a whistle, and King, unfortunately, not overly happy.
That's 50 metres, I reckon. Yeah.
And King just explaining, I wasn't happy with that call because I was running into an open goal. Let's see it again.
Yeah. Someone probably needs to let her know that you've got to deliver the ball back on the full, otherwise it's 50.
Fortunately, though, it probably won't have a bearing on the game, though, Craig, as they're a fair up, as she's got about 35 metres advantage. Now she's getting a little bit more. It's a bit of a dance going on here at the middle of the ground, as backing track there is Kelly Smith, who was in the original contest.
She has a good 50 there.
Now it's suddenly become a good 50. It went from a 35 to about a 58. That's a good kick into Gibbs. Gibbs will have to beat a couple, though. Hogan charging out, kicks it off the ground. Gibbs will get back on it again. She's beating everyone to the contest.
She's fit.
Now there's an example of how to pick the football up. Handballs the ball nicely over the top to McCarthy. McCarthy just needed someone to give her a hand. It's gone through the hands of Peterson. Peterson tries to lay the tackle again. And we're going to have a contest which will result in another ball up here and a half forward.
Tell you what, player Gibbs, she's very, very fit, Craig.
Yeah, very skillful. I think she's one of the best players in the comp, to be honest with you. She had a fabulous year last year. I think she was runner-up in our best and fairest and played really, really well in the finals. It was integral to us, you know, going on that run and making the grand final. Yeah, really, really good player.
She was nearly your best player. Yeah, I agree. And around the final, she was probably one of your best. She had another young girl.
Talia Bordio.
Talia, there we go.
Yeah.
Bordio, who ran off, had a bit. Every time she got it, she was going to run for hundreds of metres. I don't think any ground in the Southern Football League was big enough for her once she had some space. But just turning around as Amy Bailey's had a good game. She's handballs it off. Well, that's just a brilliant tackle by Kelly Smith again. What a game she's had.
Yeah, she's been outstanding, hasn't she? Yeah.
Deserved that free kick.
Great skills. Really moves well. Yeah, had a terrific game.
There is another one with great skills as Georgie Bailey's marked the ball around 45. She's looking for a short pass. Just on her left-hand side is Smith. She's got a nice kick, though, doesn't she? She drives it high.
That's a great kick into the breeze.
To the top of the goal square, and the umpire says it's been tapped and touched and it's over the boundary line, so we'll have a thrown. We'll just get a replay of that kick again, G-Funk. Look at this kick from 45 metres into the breeze. Full extension of the leg.
It's a lovely drop punt, isn't it?
Well, I've got only sisters, so I kicked the ball to myself a lot as a boy out in the bush in northwest Tassie. Here's a shot on goal, and it took me about 10 years to learn how to kick a footy properly. These girls have only taken a couple, so it's not an easy thing to be able to do. It's a very difficult skill.
Just about best on for mine, Katie Bailey. I think she's had a blinder today. Just unstoppable across centre half forward.
Yeah, the
Here
goal
he goes again, gentlemen. I don't quite understand why he's pushing the players back like this.
I don't know either. I think do they have to be outside.
It looks like they've got to be like 40 metres away or something.
I think
he's really being quite pragmatic around where Ali Chamberlain can stand. We'll just have to check that rule. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Maybe it's a rule as the ball comes into the hands of McCarthy. Good tackle laid then. I think that's Smith again.
I think there is a distance they have to be away from the kick out, but I'm not sure it's as far as...
No, I thought it was like 25 maybe. We'll just...
Yeah, it looks like he's clearing out the 50. I'm not too sure whether that's the rule.
Well, it's more taking time, isn't it? The whole point of the rules is to get the ball moving quickly out of the kick in.
Well, we do, and we just discussed the fact that it's only 15-minute quarters too, so we do want to, have as much footy as we can get. Yeah.
There's Graham McDonald. She couldn't quite win it, just needed a little bit more composure. McKeever had plenty of it. Gibbs, once again, being able to pick it. Dodges, goes left, goes right, then quickly onto her left. It's a clever kick. Amy Bailey couldn't quite mark. She has enough time.
Oh, good footy.
Yeah, good player. Now, they've got a couple of numbers out here, and one of those players is Mansfield. Mansfield handball over the top. Trying to win it again as we're just going to the back end of this game now. There's only a couple of minutes left as I think the players are a little tight in this last sort of 15 minutes. As this is their first game here in the Southern Women's Footy League here on Duff TV. Thanks to Jackson Motor Company and Move Food for bringing the Duffettes along. Olivia Smith. Gibbs again. Just bashes it forward. Another contest as that ball smacked out by Brody McKeever.
Oh, Crystal Gibbs again. She would have had 25 stats today, I reckon.
McCarthy goes past her. Roberts may get it first. She can't get it. In fact, it's Caitlin Snell. And free kick here. We've also got Claremont Footy Club with the sponsors of Claremont. Thanks to Claremont Footy Club. I've seen a few of the lads and their coach here earlier, and also Graham Family Funerals with the coach, I should say the sponsors of North Hobart football team here today. Tackle laid by Lucinda McCarthy. Released again. Sort of going back and forth between both half forwards line. Opportunity maybe for North Hobart to kick a last late goal as Johnston goes past the hands of Graham McDonald. Now it's moved forward again. There's some defence, and one of those defenders is Croswell. Croswell moves it out now, finds Main. Main scraps it forward into the hands of Graham McDonald again. The umpire just on the edge. I feel like he's going to blow the whistle at any given time as Hogan. In fact, Lucas, who took that wonderful one-handed mark. Gibbs now runs some space, uses it well generally, looks one way, then gets it onto her favoured left boot. It's in running out of defence is Kate Main. Kate Main has a little bit of space. It kick's not quite spot on. She may get it back again, but Gibbs is in the way.
She's run around with her own footy in the last quarter.
I reckon she's had 15 touches.
Yeah.
Big tackle there on half forward. I think that might be a free kick. The umpire seemed to be in the best spot. Lucas free kick possibly. And she'll get it here. It might be Lauren actually. Defensive mark. Kick over the top. Look out, it's Gibbs again. She danced around that one, Gibbs.
Magnet, didn't she?
She's unbelievable.
Yeah.
As
there's another stat. She got a handball at the bottom of the pack then.
Shelverton high. Later stage of this game, this quarter's going a fraction longer.
Oh,
Mart
well
comes
Carolyn.
out, runs,
Terrific.
gets to 45, drives the ball forward. Late chances here for North Hobart, but unfortunately coming out was Croswell for Claremont. Tangata, who's moved back into defence for the Pies. He's now winning it, pushes one way, pushes another. They don't argue, gets it onto her right foot, kicks it into the middle of Abbotsfield Park. Running over the top of that one is Maya Bly, tapped onto the hands, and there is the siren, and Claremont get the victory by 31 points here at Abbotsfield Park. Hugs for them. They've got their first win in round one here in the SFLW. And in the end, it was a pretty commanding victory. Got 3 goals early before North Hobart managed to get one back in the second quarter. But an all-round polished performance today, Craig Martin here at Abbotsfield Park from Claremont.
Yeah, far too good. Claremont, congratulations to them. Great start to the season by them. They were first to the ball for most of the day, and they certainly used the ball better, and that's why they've run out comprehensive 31-point winners. Too good.
Yeah, absolutely. The goal kickers, Georgie Bailey with a goal, Kelly Smith, Brody McKeever, Ella Edwards, the co-captain, and Taylor Tangata. She kicked an early one. They were the goal kickers for Claremont as they're heading off the ground now, and Carolyn Mart was the only goal scorer at about the 7-minute mark of the second quarter. It is a victory here to Claremont. They defeat North Hobart as North Hobart in a nice spirit scene at the end of this game. Thanks, Craig Martin, for coming and helping us out here on Duff TV. I know you're passionate with your footy and you like being on the sidelines, but you got you up here in the Duffette van, so thanks for coming along, Craig.
It's a pleasure.
And we'll be definitely seeing you out and about at different stages throughout the season. We know we love your footy.
You will indeed, Peach. Thanks for having me today.
And Martin, great job with the filming, mate. Thanks for your first game. Well, we've been doing cricket for the last couple of months, so nice to see a game of footy again, Martin.
Oh, it's great to be back out, isn't it? Just comes around so quickly, Craig, the season, and very long season ahead, but no, looking forward to it. And thanks, Aaron. Great having you down from Launceston for the day.
No worries, mate. We'll just quickly go through some of the better players for both sides. Tanisha Chatterton was wonderful off half-back throughout for Claremont. Olivia Smith was commendable. Kelly Smith, second half, kicked a goal. She was everywhere. Georgia Bailey, the co-captain, we saw her complete composure when she's near the football. Kayla Hogan was, I thought, excellent. Brody McKeever did a good job. Peterson also had a fair bit of the ball off the back half. And Samantha Roberts, lightly framed, she got stuck into it. When she was near the football, she looked quite confident. Plenty of good players, though, for North Hobart. I thought Elizabeth Johnson did plenty. Amy Massey, Caitlin Snell, Malia Ingle, I should say, was excellent. Crystal Gibbs, probably their best.
I think so, yes.
Crystal Gibbs, I think she was probably 40 touches today.
Yep.
I did like the fact that Carolyn Martin moved up the ground and got into the contest on a few occasions. Amy Bailey got a little bit of the ball.
Yeah, she had a good game.
Yeah, and Nicole Shelverton, who hasn't probably rucked a stack. I thought she and Nicole Stocks are pretty good. They were the followers for a lot of the day. But in the end, it was a Claremont victory. They've got the award. They're clapping themselves and clapping their coach, Brendan Byers. A bit of work for Greg grub in the week to try and work out what he needs to do with a lot of these new players. But Claremont with a victory, 31 points over North Hobart here. And we'll say goodbye here from Duff TV.
Look in you, you're too fast. Look there.
Contest as Massey goes up, claimed down, nearly got a kick away. Hobart plays in there, grub again, shot on goal, it's wobbling across, and we had the first on the board, and Claremont get the early goal here in this round one clash.
Brilliant, and again, huge thanks to the state government and the council holding the ball.
Yeah,
I'd suggest
just trying to go one player too many. You can saw McKeever saw his gap. I like into the middle now. Let's see what these forwards do. Oh, big clash in the middle of the ground. Stocks goes down. Then Stocks lays a tackle. Wonderful work. Holding up strong was Hogan for Claremont. Now the ball's knocked to half forward. This game's lifted a notch. Running forward. One bounce. Lines it up for goal from 30 metres out. Oh, another opportunity. Gone begging for Claremont. Get that one in a second. It's Bailey for Claremont. So Bailey now kicks it high, just short. It might actually go through for a goal, and Claremont have the second. This field is Peterson, knocked off the ball. Graham McDonald. Peterson still in the hands, just popped over the back. Here's an opportunity for Edwards, and Edwards does deliver. And Edwards kicks a third for Claremont.
Deep this time, Peachy.
Well, they've got a lot of space here. There's two of them running onto it. Now it's just knocked nearly into the hands of Mansfield. Great tackle laid. Wonderful by Croswell.
Dangerous when they go forward. Oh,
yeah.
Big clash. Somebody's gone down there.
Tangata went in really hard. Now it's into Main. She just needed a little bit more time, and we've got an injury here too. It's just grabbing a knee. It's Ella Edwards too for Claremont. She's a little sore. I think it's more just a bruise for her. That's tough. She's off the ground. Little nod. She's okay. And we're going to have a ball up.
There,
that was nice, wasn't it? And that was Caitlin Whitelaw for North Hobart. To see it on the Move Food replay, it was actually into her own teammate. Just really knocked her. Brilliant by her. Now a little bit of space created. It's kicked to around about 35 metres. Push and shove. Quick shot. But it's to the right. Minor score.
Gee, some of these girls are really getting how to play Aussie rules. You can just the use of the body, stop and prop in the heat of the moment, just like that. That went across the face for a behind there.
Even Tangata deep in the forward line, just dangerous, and she gets good body position. Another player, Fitzpatrick, likewise, look to play on. Now she does. The kick is just off Hobart. Shelburne had a little bit more time. It's probably just something that we're seeing a little bit out this game. Players. Massey.
Seen a few run and bounces today. I love it.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
Great. Girls are really doing great out there.
Massey probably lays a tackle a fraction high, still gets a handball away. Another tackle, brilliantly tackle laid by Luttrell. She needed to. It's pretty ferocious. On her knees is Smith.
Jeez.
And it's again just off the ground. Now it's worked out. Great tackle from the left-hand side. Still Gibbs. You see on the Move Food replay, some great tackling skills. Gibbs just need to get a little bit more length on that kick, and that's a play on. Dangerous. She's going to have to get the ball. Quick roost on goal. That's brilliant. Great tackle by Mart.
Oh, a little bit high.
And was it high? Maybe just high. The umpire was in a pretty good position, and Mart's lurking on the side. That's a free kick. Is that a free kick to Stocks?
I think it is.
She got hit in the hip. She's just grabbing her left hip at the moment, and she will be getting a free kick as the ball's gets through one, somehow breaks the tackle, kicks it high to Gibbs. What a mark! Running against the play, just wanted it the most. A stunning mark, and good solid delivery.
Oh, sensational grab!
What a mark!
One-hander.
Sam Lucas, he's taken two good marks now. So that's in the middle of the ground.
Very skillful.
Worked her way into the game. She's getting a lot more confident. The ball just goes over the head of King. King will run back onto it again. Just on her left-hand side, though. The umpire blew a whistle. And King, unfortunately, not overly happy.
That's 50 metres,
I reckon. Yeah. And King just